Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden on Roll20. Unfortunately, our player Frost is not here right now. Not sure if she's not feeling well or not, but you know what? We've decided to press on without her. We can catch her up when she gets back. When last we left off, our crew followed the tracks of some winter wolves into the woods. I'm pretty sure that's how you guys ended up here, right?
Called
Corn and Conan, yeah.
Dire.
Yeah. So with that, they have arrived at a place so large that they can't even see all of it right now because it is dark and spooky and big. Um, let's see. I gotta find this, which is where is it? Let's see. You were in East Haven, right? Pretty sure. Was it this one? No, you were not. It wasn't East Haven. Was it Targos? No, it wasn't Targos. Duggan's Hole, that's what it
I
was.
was like thinking
Oh, yeah.
a whole something, but I couldn't remember the first.
Yeah,
Alright,
they couldn't
there we
leave. We found wolves. We followed.
go. Let's see.
On the
And Skiff
talking
wants to kill
wolves.
the and Skiff wants to kill the urban legend of a frost giant boogeyman.
Yeah. Okay. Um. So, do you guys want to roll initiative now so we have like a basic turn order, or do you want to roll as we go?
Okay with either, but
Yeah, might
if
as
we
well
roll a
roll it, get out of the
one,
way.
sad.
All right. That would be sad. Oh, those are really good, actually. 18, 17, 16. That's pretty good. All right. So Zan will be first, which is probably good. Aren't Zan? What was Zan again? A monk?
Yeah, monk.
Yeah. All right. So you being first is not a bad thing. The tank being last in your initiative, I mean, it's still a really good roll, but that doesn't bode well.
Well, it's a paladin with negative dex. It kind of makes sense.
I'm not saying it doesn't make sense.
But we'll
All right.
move
So
until we roll them, and basically.
yeah. All right. So Zan, you're up first. All right.
Well, that's four. I have 40 movement. Do you have 40 movement?
I thought we were just gonna
Or was it
not
your?
worry about
Just gonna. Oh, not worry about it. Okay.
not worry
Yeah.
about it
At
Well,
until
least
well,
they
not
it,
for
get
the
rolled in.
moment. So Zan, when you get there,
Probably say that.
this passageway is choked with ice. Above you, icicles are densely clustered. At their points are sharp. Their points are sharp as daggers.
Can I do like a survival or perception check to see how likely it is that they would fall on top of us? If it's like a checking for traps equivalent.
Yeah, go ahead. So if you make too much noise, there's a chance that they might fall due to resonant cracking. So
so should
passing
we
through
roll for
there,
stealth then?
yeah. I mean, if you want, you don't have to, but if
Skiff would.
yeah,
Are we gonna do a brute
it's
stealth roll then?
You're gonna ruin my stealth, aren't you?
Well, I mean, I don't think mine's
Probably.
gonna be very good.
Yeah.
So,
it'd be funny if Agony got the highest.
I mean,
So 15, uh, 15, and unnatural
What did
one.
I just say, Agony?
So
it's
2
better
plus
than
5, 7.
just breaking it.
So just Agony walking around in the chainmail is like break, 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 fall, fall, fall before he even gets to him. Even before she gets
Yeah,
to it.
it's yeah, and the thing is like it's not dangerous because they're not. I mean, that they are dangerous, but they're not falling on you. They're falling around you. So while it'll be cold and annoying, currently there's no danger. If you want to try a different route, you can still back out and try that.
So is that what we want to do? We want to go around since this one's covered with icicles.
Well, it doesn't seem like it's blocking the path. It's just one of the things where we step around and acknowledge that, and it's just basically walking in the front door of what's potentially a frost giant's lair.
I mean, technically speaking, there's 3 front doors.
It's that big.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Just want
So
to
it-
with
explore around
that
a little bit then.
in mind, like
Yep.
attack
Because I
us.
mean, you've got 2 other entrances you could try.
Like we might want to try the other safe.
All right. So that one.
Do we need another stealth check or something?
This one isn't nearly as packed, and there are no icicles hanging from the
Okay.
ceiling here. All right. So if you want to continue in a little bit. A huge slatted animal cage with a locked gate attached to it by rusty hinges stands against the west wall of this chamber. Trapped inside the cage are 2 shivering humans in cold weather clothing. They look fearfully at you.
How big is the lock to the cage?
Questions, technically.
It's giant.
Am I would I be able to would I still be able to use these tools on it or no?
Pretty sure you wouldn't need them.
Okay, it's like just like get my arm in there and just push the slots as need be or something.
Essentially, like I mean, you run the risk of getting your fingers pinched,
So
but
is it like a dex check or something?
yes, basically the same thing as the thieves' tools, but you don't actually need the thieves' tools.
Skiff will try.
Well, you know what? Yep, that'll
Wait,
do it.
it already.
He tried to be dexterous.
Let's see.
It's like I would hope 23 is high enough to succeed. I don't know what the check is, but I can hope.
Hope it wouldn't be one lot.
That works. Let's see. So we're looking at by the way, it takes you a solid minute to deal with that lock.
And Skiff wouldn't be saying anything the whole entire time. It would be up to Zan and Agony to actually make sure the people in there aren't freaked out because he just like sees them in the gate and just goes immediately like beelines right for the thing and just starts messing with the lock and not saying a single word to them.
I don't think you could say.
I know, but even if he could, he wouldn't have because that's his attitude. But yeah, that's like, I don't know what you two are doing for the whole minute.
Yeah, probably making sure. Right, kind.
Well, because I'd ask them if they're from the nearby town and did the frost giant trap you guys in here?
Give me just a second. I'm having to do some stuff.
Say it took.
Like crap, what is booby trapped?
Let's see. Well, no, it's just big and rusty. Um, So let's see. What do you two know? So one of them, this one, is a spindly girl with pointed teeth, snow clinging to the ends of her long braids. Um, and then this one, he has a piebald face, flanked by small, malformed ears. His hands have a bad case of frostbite, and his teeth clatter uncontrollably.
So they're not the talkative bunch.
That's just the description for now. I haven't gotten to what they know yet. I just wanted you guys to have an idea of what they look like. Unfortunately,
Good-looking people.
they didn't give me a picture or anything, so I guess reading that is the best I can do. Um,
Skiff would avoid eye contact with them and just focus on the task at hand for actually messing with the lock.
no, they were not brought here by a frost giant. They were ambushed by something and brought here.
Was the something at least fuzzy?
Out of character, because that would make it all the better, right? It's like, oh my god, it's abducted, but at least it was fuzzy, so it's not that bad.
Well, I could say furry. It's like the main thing I'm thinking about with the wolves, since I'm
Yeah.
still cautious of those wolves.
Unfortunately, they didn't see the aggressor, so they're unsure.
Well, I was just thinking for fuzzy because maybe the aggressor touched them to put them in
Well,
those cages.
maybe, but they were knocked out at the time, so they don't know.
Ah, okay.
Like they got ambushed, and then when they were as they were knocked out, they were brought here, and by the time they woke up, they were alone in a locked cage.
How long have you been locked in here? Have you eaten?
Uh, let's see. They have been here for uh, several days. Several days. Like four more days.
Well, then I'll try and pass them some of my rations and water.
As you do that, you do have company.
It
Let's
has a
see.
name. This is not
It
good news.
it does
It
have a
has
name.
but it doesn't have a
What
part.
it this is so this mammoth runs over here and basically declares that interlopers will die.
Oh, it
It
speaks
talks.
The
Oh
mammoth talk?
yes, the mammoth talks.
like the wolf.
It's like a magic land where like all animals talk or something.
No, there's a very specific reason for this. But yeah. So, top of the order.
Oh, I wonder.
I didn't hear what Norsu's order was. Are they
Norse
after
is
me?
not top of the order. Zan is first.
Okay. Okay. I can make it to there with my 40 movement.
The backstory on this mammoth is actually super interesting.
I got a good boop in.
You did get a boop in. We're looking at, what is that? 1 times 2 is 2 plus 3 is 5.
Oh,
Oh,
And I miss. I'm assuming. I doubt that hits.
A 9 does not hit.
you would think just because of how tough it is, but I'm guessing it's like like with the angle the punch wasn't that great or something.
Something like that. I mean, it is a mound of muscle and hide. So you're going to have to be a little better than that to get to it. All right, up next is Skieth.
would the lock be unlocked now, or would you have to
Oh yeah,
stop
no,
and...
this happened after the lock was unlocked.
Okay.
23 definitely hits. Oh, you're shooting, so 25. Either way, it hits. For piercing. All right,
It's something.
it is. Hey, in this fight, any damage helps.
God, it's a mammoth. I realize that it's just a mountain of health.
It is. To be fair, it's also a mountain of freaking damage too. I guess you could say it's a mammoth of a fight. All right, Agony, get in there.
Slave time.
Just barely. Well, that's damage.
The most of the round so far.
Indeed.
I'm sure it has good range, but it still can't hit Skiff from where it's at, right?
No, it cannot. Um, to put this into perspective, it can attack a creature that was standing directly behind Agony if it wanted to. Skiff is a tiny bit outside that range. Speaking of Agony, I really hope you're prepared for this.
I'm not
She
sure.
always is.
But is she though?
Hope so, anyway.
Ooh, what is Agony's AC?
16.
It just barely hit.
Sounds about right.
This is gonna hurt.
That's what you get for not wearing a fucking shield.
Yeah, I gotta get hit. I wear a shield.
Ooh, that's 17 damage. That's really low. All right. That's Norsu's turn. It's only got one attack, so
Thank God.
Imagine if that would be...
Thank the Raven Queen.
indeed. All right, top of the order.
Boop and hit.
13 hits.
That's more than the
6.
crit.
Yeah.
By 1, but yes, it is. That also hits.
Do you think Agony still has the attention of it? Because I'm kind of thinking once I have its attention, I should take cunning action dodge, but I don't know if Agony will maintain aggro.
Kind of my
I mean,
purpose.
you just used your bonus action doing this punch, right?
No, this is my well bonus action. I'm thinking about I know maybe like in the future though when I do my I'd spend a key point to do it. You're right, but that'd be instead of my bonus action. So you're right, I can't do it this time, but I'll think about it for the future. That ends my turn though, or should I move over?
You're good there.
Well, 20 hits.
If he's gonna attack me.
All right.
And in turn.
All right, Agony. It'd be funny if you crit.
It'd
Now
be
that you're
nice.
saying it, it's not gonna happen.
It was close.
I had lit.
You did. All right.
So what's the
Her
most you're gonna?
turn.
What's the most you're gonna see as a bigger threat? The one who for 5 or 6, or the one who for 10?
The one who hit her for 10. What is Zan's AC?
15.
15. That hit. Whoops, not that. Oh, good lord, that's a lot of damage. 27.
Yeah, I'm down.
By how much? Like, is she? Is Zan? Is Are you already dead?
I was at full health at 16.
Yeah, so it would need 32 to go through all of it. So she's not, or he's not dead outright.
Saving throw.
Yep. D20. That's one strike.
And Zan gets to roll again right now.
It.
It is.
Oh
one
yeah,
point.
Zan's turn. Strike 2.
Oh no!
If I'm not mistaken, Agony's the paladin, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 1 point stand up.
But it's not my turn.
Yeah, it's Skiff's turn.
See, you gave
That's
him
a
the crit.
critical
not
hit.
me.
How dare you take down my Veg acquaintance?
Indeed. Let's see if the damage is. Oh Jesus! So that's 19 damage.
Oh, you rolled max. Nice.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. All right,
Action surge attacking again.
that's fair. Watch you crit again.
That would have been
I
fun.
wish. But
Well, it hit.
yeah, like I said, at least it's a hit. Fuck.
Hey, 7 ain't bad either.
He can only do so much as an archer, okay?
Yeah, that's fair. Are you gonna move or are you gonna stay there? Because I mean, you do still have your movement. Oh, okay.
He was trying to plan ahead, so in case, because he realizes how Agony doesn't look great in shape, and the monk is down, and if the mammoth pummels down both of those to both of his teammates, then he's probably gonna have to hide and just do like little cheap shots behind the cage because the mammoth can't fit.
So may I suggest you move? Let's see. So there.
I still want to
So
be able to have it within range and with line of sight kind of thing.
if you move here, you should still be within range. 5, 10,
Not line of
15,
sight
20,
though, because
25,
I
30.
only have dark vision of such a distance.
Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Yeah, you don't. Not.
The furthest I
yet.
can do is here, while still
Hmm.
having it in range of sight.
That's fair. Um,
In turn,
and
now it's Agony.
for Agony, if you were to sidestep down 1 and then use your heal on
Lay on hands is physical
Zan.
distance. Touch.
Yeah, well, moving down 5 feet would still put you in range to get Zan up with 1, but Norsu wouldn't be able to draw a line of sight to you anymore because you'd be around a corner.
I'm surprised.
So,
If I place myself there, I can still see. Must be right on the edge where
yep.
you can see. So yeah, I'll definitely do the 1 point.
Congratulations, Zan. You're no longer dying.
Still pretty darn close, though.
Yeah, it was 2/3 dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna move.
Okay.
Does
That's
Narsu
fair.
see the really, really far away one as the bigger threat now, or just like, oh, you can back up, I'll smash you down again, or what's the mammoth priority here?
The priority is getting to you. Unfortunately, Narsu can't get to you because there are 2 people in the way.
It could squeeze.
Yeah, but that
it would provoke attack. You know what? It's a mammoth. It doesn't care. It's going to move through. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that's an attack of opportunity from both of you.
Or does Agony
Mine
have
doesn't
some
get
other
hit.
kind of reaction already?
I only got the one.
Agony hasn't used a reaction.
Well, I mean,
No,
other
I just,
thing to use is what he was saying.
yeah, I'm thinking of the build, and it's going to be a lot of reactions.
Oof.
Neither.
That's 2 misses, but Norsu can't do anything else. So that's Norsu's turn. Zan, you're up. Norsu is after your somewhat acquaintance.
Oh yeah, Zan's not really aware of the fact that like Skiff Rick really went for it after he got knocked down.
Oh yeah.
So an unnatural 20 for 5 damage. All right. Are you going to spend any key to do flurry of blows, or are you just going to do your bonus action monk punch?
Because I want to save my key points for when I have aggro again, so that I can use it for dodging.
All right, fair enough.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, I mean, if you're not gonna do it now, you can always get a free punch in, right? Oh, that's the solid punch.
Hey, that's that's
That's a
pretty good.
punch.
It's nowhere near as much damage as Skiff just did, but you know,
Well, Zan doesn't know that. He was
yeah.
unconscious for that part.
You know what? That's fair. All right. Speaking of Skiff, I think you can move back just a little bit further now.
It would definitely have to squeeze to get to you. Back in there.
Yep. Which means that it would have disadvantage on the attacks against you.
I
Oh, you're
can't.
just going
Yep.
all the way back. Okay, that's fair. 10,
I still have
20,
I can
30,
shoot through the
40.
bars,
Yep.
and I still have range for the bow and everything to not disadvantage because obviously it's not that far, but it's
Yeah,
still
you
within
do.
range of distance.
Yep. All right, let's see what you got. 13 hits. Well, it's 15, but 15 hits. Hey, 11 damage is nice. That's a lot of damage.
It's the same thing you rolled for the crit.
It is.
He's trying, okay. He's just one little archer.
You're doing some pretty consistent damage at range. This is a good thing. All right. Norsu is going to come over.
Oh,
5,
don't forget
10,
about me.
15, 20.
Yeah, Agony's after.
Oh, yeah. Agony's after Skiff. Never mind. Hold on.
I was about to say, yeah, one more.
There we go. There we go.
I
Okay,
could
so
still hit
Agony
with the
gonna.
glaive.
Yep.
Oh, I think that hits, right? Yeah.
19 does, and 5 is damage. Boom. Little bit of damage.
Skiff would have been the most recent high amount of damage, at least.
5, 10, 15,
I mean,
20.
you two
You
got the
are.
same amount last turn.
I know, but as I said, it's the most recent.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I am going to do this.
Would the gate open and them having been like nomming on rations during this encounter, but while the mammoth had gotten here and we started fighting it, would they have just like, oh no, it's coming toward the cage, let's just run or something, or are they just like trying to stay
There
out of the
was
way?
nowhere for them to run. The
It
mammoth
was
is
in the way,
here.
yeah.
So they're cowering in the cage, which the mammoth picks up the cage and moves it 5, 10 feet over.
Wow, it can.
That's its turn, though.
You're like, trying to hide behind this damn thing. Oh hell no!
Basically. Um. So where the black square is that I put on the map, that's where the cage currently is.
And I'm sure the two of them in there are just freaking the hell out for it.
A little bit. Oh yeah, they got moved by the moving cage.
Okay, so the cage does have a bottom. It's not just its top.
Yep, it's just covered in snow, but it
Okay.
does have a bottom. All right, so that was Norsu. So that puts it to Zan.
Actually, I don't. Just in case I do more damage than Skiff, I don't want to get close to it again. So I'm gonna stay. Actually,
It has like 15 feet of range. What are you going to do to it from further than that?
well, I mean, if it walks back up to me again,
No, it's not gonna right now unless you have a
I
get
don't.
enough range.
I'm worried. It's
Once you
gonna be.
get
And the main thing,
higher
I
than
can watch the entrance here a little bit better too. That way, if the main thing like last time where we're fighting one thing and then something else comes out from nowhere, and so at least since I have a little bit more range to see outside to make sure nothing else sneaks up on us.
I mean,
I
Frostbite ended up buying a sling. Does Zan have any ranged?
I do have a range. That's why I've used it before. You've forgotten already. I
I
have
have.
one spell. I have Toll of the Dead. Oops. I don't know why it always
Well, it's a saving throw on the
does that.
mammoth side anyway.
yeah.
Yep. I'm okay.
I just feel bad because I think, oh, wisdom. Okay, yeah. How are mammoths at wisdom?
Probably not good.
Uh,
They're good at con and strength.
well, normal mammoths don't talk.
There.
That's why I felt it relevant to ask.
So let's see. What would my DC save for this be again?
Price doesn't say.
Isn't it normally like
It's based
8
on your
plus?
wisdom.
Yeah, 8 plus proficiency plus modifier.
Because 2 in Wisdom, proficiency is 2.
So DC 12 right now.
Sounds about right. Oh, hey, I
Those were supposed to be there last round. I forgot to add them.
oh, okay, so when Dan moved scene.
Yep. All right. So you told the dead. Boom. Oh.
Does it hit or does he make the save?
Let's see. Norsu, what's your wisdom, buddy? Oh. So does a 7 pass? Because it's 8 plus proficiency plus Wismod.
Like it's not R like slash before the R.
So I don't even
Yeah, I do
remember
slash. I do.
sometimes.
You
Yeah,
know,
slash
that's a pretty good amount of damage.
almost.
Well, and now that I see the guy out there, now I'm not sure where I should uh, be. I'm gonna move back inside and let Agony know that there's something out there. But you saw it too, though, right, Agony?
I see one, and I'm figuring both are there.
Yeah.
Because they came the first time. Other than that,
Yeah, I end my turn.
All right. Skiff. That's a hit. That's a decent amount of damage. All right, Agony, you're up.
all right. Just to be on the safe side, I'm Ray of Frost.
You're gonna the
Oh, are you gonna
Dwarf.
bring attention to us?
Yeah,
I mean-
Skiff has no idea what the hell you two are doing. Just so you know, it's just a mammoth in a cage to him.
It will
I'm hoping they
minus
don't notice us.
speed, but
Oh wait, Skiff, did you want to move?
He moved 10 feet, so it wasn't fully against the left wall or anything.
What? Well, what I meant is like Norsu moved the cage. Did you want to get behind the cage again?
Well, I didn't want to. If he was going to push it back against the wall, I might be smashed against it.
yeah, that's
You know what,
kind of what
that's
I was
fair.
starting to think.
That is fair.
The mammoth Norsu did call out saying, "Hey," basically, right?
I thought it was more of a threat to us rather than announcing our presence.
I mean, to be fair, if anything was listening, they would know, but it was literally interlopers must die. Angry mammoth noises.
And they're not very quiet.
I mean, I mean, it is a mammoth.
Agony's turn. You said you did Ray of Frost?
Yeah, I was like thinking that's probably a good idea since it. So
Ray of Frost on a winter wolf.
Would it be a
Think
mute?
about that. Well, does it matter? Would you prefer to go on the mammoth?
I mean, him's
How
probably
does the mammoth look?
resistant too.
Well,
Mammoth don't look too good.
we've been trying on the mammoth. Okay, if we get down a mammoth, Skiff can help over there and get out of the damn corner.
With, I think I'll do.
Boop it with the glaive. Well, 13 hits, so at least you did that. Oh. Well. Well, actually, I'm gonna undo that and just do this. That one. And the reason is because, you know, there's a lot of mammoth meat on that mammoth.
Way.
I mean, Skiff can squeeze over on this side, but yeah. All right. So,
And any turn? Or do you have any more movement left?
5, 10, 15,
not gonna be.
20. You got 10 more feet, I think.
Yeah, it's not gonna be any opportunity attacks, obviously.
Yeah. I guess
Watch
I
out, that corpse might hit you.
could move there then, just to get back, kind of. Kind. And I guess that'll be.
Alrighty. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then that one will move there.
Oh, they didn't. Guess that was better.
They didn't, but also the one in front um, seems to be faking a limp on its back, one of its back legs. Looks inside. Oh yeah, I should probably set your health to 0 so I don't forget. There you go. And let's see, it was let's see, they were okay. And then I need this. Come on, let me. There it is. Okay, we're good. I need a dexterity save from Agony.
That.
Hmm. Oh, all right, fair enough.
Is it
Do I need one
though?
too, or
What happens?
Oh, it is a cone. Wait, 5, 10, 15. Never mind. I don't need that from either of you.
Oh. Oh, cool. That 8 doesn't matter.
Yep. Yep, you're not within range. I was looking at the big squares, and the range uses the squares in the big squares. So never mind. That's their turn.
Zandius.
okay? But we saw that
Zandalandadingo.
they did try to do something. Did we see what they tried to do?
No,
Or
You
they
said
didn't
hit us?
try it.
they just didn't do it because they're not within range. That was
Oh,
me
okay.
being dumb.
Can Skiff see anything? Or no?
No, it's just occasion a dead mammoth and prisoners to him.
Alright.
This is a pretty big area back here, okay?
Yeah, it is.
Let's see. 10, 20.
And Skiff is
30,
like right in the
40,
corner.
50. You should be able to see Agony at least, right?
Nah,
Oh wow.
only 60 feet out. Agony is like
10,
barely outside of
20,
the line of
30,
range.
Oh yeah,
40,
I can't see
50,
him.
60. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I was about to
I'm gonna
say,
do,
It cuts off a little bit mid line
It's
for the
like
different squares based off the fact it's a circle.
edge of the square.
I wish there was a way that I could see an individual's range of vision.
I
Like
yeah,
if you
I
click on
think
us, that would be
yeah.
cool.
Well, technically, it's like the shadow at the edge of it. I think it's Agony's token. I see like a quarter of, but like that's it.
Yeah, if I move a bit closer, I can barely.
All right, interesting.
I'm gonna use Toll the Dead again on the one, the one closest to me.
So that's Xander's first reaction. Is
Well,
to
the main
attack.
thing is I'm not. Well, the
Don't
main
want to
thing
get
is my
closer.
first instinct actually is to run, but I think I won't be able to attack them if I can't see them. So I'm Toll the Deading first before I run closer to Skiff.
You know what? That's fair. All right, so Toll the Dead.
It's like I need that range. I need
It
that
is
archer
12.
guy's backup. I can't even see his ass. I better I guess gonna like zap him with a bell tone and then run.
Yep.
So that's a fail. Let's see how much you do. 5. Not bad.
Wait, which one did you hit? Like the one that was limping or the one that wasn't?
On that
The
one.
one that was limping, that's the
Yeah, one was
closest
limping,
one.
and then I'm running over to here because this is as far as I can run to.
That's fair. I think if you spend a key point, you can move it. You can dash as a bonus.
I know. I'm still saving those for dodge.
That's fair, I guess. All right, Skiff.
Movement dash.
Okay. All right, Agony, you're up.
Now, as a precaution, I'm going to Ray of Frost the first one, and I bet that doesn't even.
No, it doesn't. The AC is not any better on the Winter Wolves than it was on Norsu.
Yeah, I'll just shift down here. Grid align. That's it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Skiff probably just stay in line because even if he's supposed to be ranged, he realizes, like he's at full health while the other two are not looking good.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Yeah, if stopped like 10 feet prior more back, yeah.
And it is going to attack. What do you have? Oh, yeah. So I need all 3 of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
This time better? Yeah, so much better.
Same result. Same result. All right.
I fail too.
Where did you? Oh, there you are. All right. Nope, you passed. I think. Oh yeah, you passed. So you will take half, unless you have something that says otherwise. In the meantime, so that
I'll be down
is.
again.
I feel like it's safe
It,
to say that we both. Because I think
yeah,
it's
I was
probably
about
going
to
to be
say. I'm
over
pretty
3.
sure both of you are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Xandius is at 1 health and Agony's at 3.
Yeah. That is a total of 19 damage.
So I take 10, 9, what?
You would take 9. Strike 1 for Zan again.
What about Agony?
Well, I don't get
Oh,
a strike.
Agony. Agony's got 1 pass.
I'm just thinking the wolves are not looking happy at the one guy who's still standing.
No, they're
Probably.
not. They are not happy, but there's nothing they could do about it. That was their turn. So, Zan, let's see that save again. All right, that's a pass.
I think that's the first time I've ever passed a death save.
Out of the
Today.
4 you've rolled, yes.
I've never rolled a passing death save. Most of the time, my roll
In history,
fails.
you have.
And for this character,
For
I
this
don't think so.
I think we got you up, everyone.
Yeah,
So
that's the main
that
thing. Is that
is
you brought me up every time. I've always rolled failures,
that
usually
was
critical
Zan.
failures.
Skiff, you're up.
I
Oh.
can't.
You know what? That's fair.
I mean, I can still shoot through bars.
Yep. So that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and pew pew. That hits.
I'll attack the one that looks at least vaguely damaged.
The front runner. You know what? It's damage.
Right? Agony roll.
All right, Agony. Oh, that's 2 strikes.
Oof.
Good thing you didn't fail your first one.
Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely, like, I don't have to make 2 more. Survive.
So, oh yeah, I need to do this.
Oh no, wait. Are they just gonna try to do their wind or breath thing and then end up killing the hostages?
I don't think.
They aren't
That's-
hostages to the Winter Wolves, but you don't know that.
Yeah, exactly. That's
5,
Skiff
10,
wouldn't.
15, 20. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
This is not good news.
Is he out of range of breath, or is he just in range? Is the question.
You don't know,
Well, I mean, if they use it, probably in range. They have it.
but these guys are going to drag you in here,
Oh,
and then one of them actually happens to have the ability to attempt medicine. Hey, that's pretty good.
let's say they're just gonna fail and just kill me.
Yeah,
Is
Agony.
that possible to do?
It would cause a failure, right?
No, because you can't critically fail you can't critically fail medicine checks. They could just not help. Which in this case, Agony, you are now stable. And they will try for Zan next turn.
Oh,
Kinda
go
was-
them.
In rough shape.
Well, they're not useless, they're just not useful. And there is a difference. Unless something happens, you'll be awake in 2 hours with 1 health. Okay, so that was NPC's turn. Zan, that's another pass. Nice. All right, cool beans. So you basically live. Because the DC for them to they've got good bonuses to that. All right, Skiff, you're up.
This is not necessarily a great thing. Attacks the one that's closest to me.
The one you've been hitting.
Yeah.
Yep. 15, 17 hits. That's a lot of damage. Couple more shots like that, and you might actually win this fight soon. All right, Zan, or no, Agony is next. Agony is out. Wolves' turns. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 5, 10. And once again, you're out of range of the wolf. That's their turn.
Because they're too big to squeeze in that little tiny spot.
Yeah, basically. Like when this one gets a little closer, you'll be within range, but where it currently is, you are just outside of its breath weapon.
I think it's like I didn't even plan that.
Can I still attempt my last death save just in case I get a nat 20 to get back up?
Well, yeah, I don't see harm in that, right? It's Andys' turn.
Well, technically,
mean-
if I were to roll a 1, then I would kill myself.
Yes. So if you want to risk getting a nat 1, you could do that.
I don't know. I always want to just see what happens. I think
You have a
Then I
5%.
death.
You have a 5% chance of standing up if you do this, but you also have a 5% chance of just keeling over dead. Anything else, you did nothing this turn at all.
Well, there you go. That
I
means
just,
even if you roll a 2, you're not dead.
I know I can just try it though. Let's see.
You're not dead.
Ooh,
I'm not
that's
dead.
a strike. So the NPC will attempt medicine on you. I've got some good news. You'll be awake in 2 hours. Stable at 1. All right, so Skiff, you're up.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed. What happens to Skiff? Oh, all right. Well, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh no.
This is gonna be great.
Still oh no.
So your arrow missed this winter wolf, hit this wall, hit this wall, hit this wall, and then hit this winter wolf.
Oh.
It was a beautiful miss.
But the worst part is that no one Skiff really knows. He couldn't even do that whole thing of like, yeah, I so meant to do that, guys. I'm awesome, right? Like he couldn't even do that because there's just random NPC doesn't necessarily give a shit about.
We didn't see it.
So
Exactly.
for that, I'm gonna let you go ahead and roll intimidation if you want. And let's see how intimidated you made these wolves.
Oh no, this is a -1
De-
modifier.
depending on what you say, may give you
He can't
bonuses.
talk.
The
You
death
know what? That's
glare.
fair.
I think if okay, what he does for intimidation, well, he like takes a second to do it to both wolves. He points and like crosses his neck, and then he like pulls down his own cloth to show that he's gone through like slitting a throat motion before, and so he'd point to them and do the whole same motion for like slitting their throats to be like, I'm so badass, I survived a throat slitting, you won't, kind of motion.
All right.
He does not pull it off.
They don't really understand the gestures. They are wolves. Anywho, so that was Skiff's turn.
Yeah, because it was a -1. I don't get a bonus action.
Yeah. So the winter wolf's turn. This one is going to move here and use his breath weapon. So dexterity saving throw. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, good news, you passed.
Really?
Yeah, their save is really low. Whoops, that
What's
is the
half?
wrong size to die.
What?
Oh, okay. So that'll be a total of 5, so 3.
He's alive.
Or 2, I'm sorry. 2 damage.
Oh, because the rounding up, yeah.
Yep.
Or the rounding.
And it will squeeze here to get a little bit closer.
I'm sure he does not look comfortable right now.
No. Too many chunky breakfast. All right.
He's like, oh my god, this one little bastard better be worth it.
Yeah, I know, right? So that's it for them. Zan, you're unconscious. Skiff, you're up. This basically comes down to Skiff versus 2 winter wolves.
No pressure for my arrow count.
No,
Pressure.
no pressure at all. I take it you're still
I
going to
attack
focus
yeah,
fire.
attack the one that's hurt.
Both hurt.
Well, the damaged condition of hurt,
Yeah,
which
the most hurt, yeah.
this one is actually almost bloody.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's how you do it. Oh god, that was a lot. Hold up. 7,
Max again.
14, 17 damage. That's a lot of damage. Oh god. All right.
Bonus action, second wind.
Good call. Oh, right. I need to do this. Ha! That's funny. All right. So Agony, Winter Wolves. So the one that is sneaking in behind you will attempt to attack you. It has disadvantage due to the fact that it is squeezing.
AC 14.
AC 14. Well, thanks to the disadvantage, it went from a nat 20 to a 13. So it missed.
And the hurt wolf is just being annoyed at not being able to reach me.
Well, he's basically standing there because if you try and go out that way, you'll get mauled. And the other one is trying to actively get to you,
And is really
which,
pissy about it.
yep, and it's currently failing something else, but you don't know what it is. All right, so it's your turn again. Gonna focus the now bloody one.
Yeah. Yeah, about that.
Well, let's see. You dropped your weapon. It didn't break, but you're gonna have to pick it up
I
on
can't
your
do
next
that. I
round.
can't do that as a part of movement, can I?
Your turn is automatically over because you nat one.
Okay.
Well,
All
for the
right,
next
so the
turn.
wolf is gonna attempt to attack you.
Disadvantage.
Oh god, that was even worse than last time. Never mind.
I'm okay with that.
Your turn. So as part of your movement, you pick up your bow.
Yeah. How much of my movement is spent doing that? Like 5, 10 feet?
It's literally none
Oh, okay.
because it's as part of a movement. Which, by the way, so you see the cage in the room.
Uh-huh.
All right. So just as an example, I'm gonna move this character real quick. Right there. Okay. Would you say that that is large enough for the character to fit between those bars?
Kinda. Like if they squeeze, they could kind of thing.
Okay, because the bars are described as being too small for them to squeeze through.
Well, it's a bit more work on the artist to do that if so. They
Yeah,
probably just use a more general one.
more than
I'm
likely,
attacking the
but
more
it
bloodied
still
one
amuses me.
again.
Yep.
Well, my bow didn't break, so he's trying to give it another shot.
Ha, ha, ha. Another shot. 19 hits for 6 damage. All right.
And I am keeping track and lowering my arrow count with every hit.
Yep.
Every
Let's
miss
see.
too.
Yeah, I'm not happy about
Ain't
lowering
giving up
number
yet.
amounts.
All right. So he's going to attack you with disadvantage again. Oh, God. It wasn't as bad as the last one, but it was worse than the first one. Here we go.
And like this heroic fight that Skiff is
Oh,
doing, the other
yeah.
two will never know about it. It's just, oh, I guess I guess
Oh.
we just didn't die.
By the way, what is your health? Because your token isn't displaying it.
I'm at 19 health.
19? Oof. All right. Pew pew.
12
12
does not hit.
misses.
Yeah, oof.
12 misses. All right. Deck save.
That better pass.
Or with
Oh, yeah,
lower.
easily. So that was 10, so you take 5. 5 frigidity frost damage.
Okay, trying to finish off this other wolf still.
Yep. That's how you do it, though.
Almost.
Kinda. So 2, 3, 5.
I could. It would have done probably equal to that amount or more in a regular hit because I feel bad about getting a 5 as a crit.
Yep.
Are they gonna try breathing on me or disadvantage?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. No, they're gonna attempt to attack you. And
Figures
you said
probably
your AC was 14?
Correct.
Ooh, that was close, but no cigar. 12 does not hit you, so it's your turn.
My bow doesn't break, right?
fact
Let's
that it-
find out.
The fact that it's
I'm
been
getting
doing this
okay.
twice
Today
now.
I'm getting a good handful of crits and ones.
Yeah, I know, right? No, you don't. Your bow does not break, but you did drop it.
Damn it.
Well, it's pretty nerve wracking. I kind of
Yeah.
understand, but you're between
Yep.
two wolves.
Being tuned to wolves, trying to be frozen to death, while I'm still trying
Yep.
to stay out of range of being bitten to death by the other one.
That's another miss, by the way. So your go. Pick up the bow and shoot it again.
Yeah, probably with shaky ass hands because this is still a fucked up situation.
Yeah, a little bit. You got one trying to gnaw, bite, and claw you on one side, and the other one just waiting hungrily as
And like
it's
my
like,
two,
go ahead, flee, I dare you.
and like not the one that is supposed to be the nice one, ish.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, neither of them are nice. All right, that hits. Let's see what you got. That's nice.
Snake.
That more than doubled the crit damage. That's so stupid.
Yep, just a bit. All right, deck save. Oh, that's not a lot at all. All right.
15 make it.
15 makes it, so you will take half. So that was 8, so 4 damage.
I'm really glad I did second wind.
Yeah, that second wind is saving you here. All right. Pew pew. That's a hit. Oh, very close.
I'm trying. He's one archer against two fucking huge wolves.
You know what? That's fair. All right. He attacks with disadvantage. Oh, that's a critical failure. So that is the one behind you is just unlucky.
He's the one who's
Just
just breathing on me though.
Hey man, his breath is minty fresh. All right. Your turn. You kill it. I don't even need you to roll damage. Your modifier plus the minimum on the dice is enough to kill it.
Do I have
So,
to? Does he have to get? Does he get an opportunity attack at disadvantage?
Probably.
he does actually,
Or was that only in range of his? Okay, yeah, no, I was
and
being
that's
technical.
another critical hit. Critical miss, I should say.
I was gonna say like he rolled double 20s to get that. Damn.
No, he rolled a nat 1 and literally anything else. Um, so after you duck through there, he notices that his sibling is dead.
I'm guessing he's super pissed now.
You'd think that, but no, he immediately starts trying to bolt. If you want to continue to fight, you can attempt to shoot him.
Skiff would let him run.
All right, cool. He disappears into the night and takes flight. So, congratulations. You
Not bad.
defeated 2 winter wolves and a mammoth.
I would say two. One just ran.
I mean, to be fair, it would become a game of him having to run around to try and catch you, and you just pilfering him with arrows as you dodge back and forth on that corner.
Yeah, that'd be even more of a time burn, huh?
Yep.
At least it was only one arrow that really hit him.
Yep. So, congratulations, you did it. Da, 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 da.
Skiff would go over to the people in the cage who helped his friends. Um, he would try to do a very common or universal kind of thing for like an obvious thank you gesture, and
Flips him off.
not he's a jerk, but he knows how to acknowledge and acknowledge nice things when he has to, and he like basically motions toward the wolf and the mammoth, like like trying to imply like, hey, if you want the food or the hide or whatever, they're yours, kind of thing.
So this time the malformed brother steps out of the cage and starts skinning the mammoth and the winter wolf. It is very late in the day, almost night. Um, if you guys want to rest it off,
Is
you
this still hostile
could.
territory? Is that allowed?
It is hostile territory, but you also have something that you could lock yourself in.
But they wouldn't whoever were trying to come after us have the key?
Maybe. You don't know.
No pressure.
Yep.
And
I
would
mean,
you?
It's
to
safer
be
in the cage
fair,
at the moment.
yeah. And by the way, I'm moving her over here just so she's with the group. Um, I mean, what you could do is make a makeshift ramshackle lock.
Could I like do a dex check or like a thieves tool thing to be able to be like mess with the lock so the key wouldn't actually be an accurate key anymore for said lock?
It would take you about an hour to do, but you could disassemble the lock and reassemble it in a different configuration that only you know.
He would do that.
Okay, cool.
And, like for the
Um,
first hour that they're sleeping, that's all he does.
And
Yep.
then
It
would you
takes
grab
you
your arrows?
the major region the major reason why it took an hour was mostly because the lock is so damn big. So you basically I'm assuming you get in the cage after or before locking it from the inside.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you try and recover some of your arrows before you got in?
It was snow covered. He had higher priorities. It's like they would have fallen and buried themselves into the snow if at a lot of different angles. It would have had been pretty exact for how snowy it already was, and
What about the
or they
ones
could
in
have
the
broken
mammoth
off the
though?
wall.
Mammoth and or wolf.
Could I retrieve those arrows?
Yeah, go ahead and give me survival. We'll see how many you get.
Yeah, about that.
So you're not going to get a lot. How many arrows did you fire?
At both?
Yeah, in total.
Misses and hits. Uh, 16.
16? All right.
I may have I tried booting it everyone. I may have missed one or two kind of thing, but
Yep.
I think I counted accurately otherwise.
You managed to get 4 arrows back.
Better than
It's something.
It is. It is something.
Like I'm sure like all the other ones, it was like trying to yank it out, and it was like just like nope, that dug into a wrong part. It was too close to the bone. You just broke the arrow instead, kind of crap.
So, um, do you get do you guys make a fire in the cage while you're sleeping? That way there's at least some warmth in here. Because there is nothing in here to keep you warm otherwise.
Oh yeah, Skiff would Skiff has like basic campfire, like basic adventuring supplies.
All right, cool. Throughout the night, you were not disturbed by anything. In the morning, you wake up. Um, you can have mammoth steaks. You're fully healed. With
so it was
that
a long
said,
rest then.
it was a long rest. With that said, though, um, what do you guys think about calling it here since there's still so much more to explore?
I don't know, but when you say so much, I'm not sure how much of like this map is left to do so, but
You have
probably.
explored 1/8 of this map so far.
Oof.
This was just 1/8. Do you want to do, do you want to call it here and explore the rest when Raven is potentially here, or do you want to continue exploring? It's up to you.
I mean, with 1/8, I think we were gonna fight. If the most things that we were gonna fight, the already encountered them, were like which were gonna be the wolves and maybe a huge guard thing, which you already took down a mammoth with, and then especially since we're fully rested, um, it took us like I know our time is if we would cut it off now, we would end up cutting off somewhere between an hour, hour and a half, and it's like it took us barely over an hour ish to be able to get where we are now, and so it's like I think we can explore at least a little more.
Okay. Anybody else want to explore a little more?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay
All
with
right.
it.
All right. Cool. Um,
Zan would try to. Sorry. If Zan or Agony don't, Skip would at least try to confirm which town the two of them came from.
Yeah. I just kind of figured they.
Duggan's Hole. These are the missing. These are the missing children.
Oh, okay. I thought they were. I know you said one of them seemed younger, but I wasn't sure if they were both younger.
Well, younger. So this one is younger than this one, but they are both still basically children.
Ah,
They're like young, young teens at most,
Like adolescents.
for the most part. Yeah.
Are they kind of scarred since they saw people go down like that?
They did pop out and help us like immediately. Guess
It's because their parents were hunters. Not that you would know that unless you asked, but they're used to seeing combat and people in trouble, so that's just how they do. All right. So now the question is, where do you go from here, literally and figuratively? While you guys decide that, I will be back momentarily.
question is, should we send them on their way back, or should wait because they probably would
Oh,
knocked
that's the
out.
thing. That's well, I mean, they got knocked out, but it's not like we don't know how to get back from here. I mean, Frost is an outlander, and Skiff has pretty good survival and knows the towns and stuff, and would probably be have a good enough survival baseline to be able to know how to get back at least, draw a map and stuff.
yeah.
That's what I.
What I was thinking, instead of exploring more, which is dangerous, and I went down again, and Agony went down again, so it's all like, maybe we can just escort the kids back home, and at least get half of this mission complete.
I mean,
It's one
we
of those
did
things
take
where
care of
like
the wolves.
that's the thing
That
though.
was the
We didn't get.
mission.
Nah, well, now that we heard of the wolves, it's Skiff obviously knows that's not the end of the mission since they have a freaking boss.
I
Well, we
mean,
can come back for that. Well, saying, I was hoping one more level, because I get one more level, I'll be a healer, and this won't suck as bad.
technically, it would
Well,
be
that's
the
the
end
thing
of
though.
the
We don't know
mission,
what
but
it'll.
could come
We don't.
back.
We don't know what'll count as that.
Yeah,
Does
hopefully.
getting rid of the giant count, or just the wolves and bringing them back?
Yeah.
Well, the kids, fashioned a wolf pelt from skinning the wolf, so we have proof of at least one wolf dead, and we got the kids, so that's worth something.
Potentially, but it may not be worth a full milestone unless we actually get rid of the giant.
I don't think we're gonna make it that much, and
I
Well, I'm
mean,
not saying go
it's worth a
for the giant
shot.
right now,
you
but
never know
I
what you're
figured
gonna find, though.
well, as I said, I really think we found the worst of what we're going to do other than the giant.
You don't know that.
We took down a mammoth
Here's to hope.
and and a wolf and a half. And that's when and that's with what was it? Agony wasn't even full health, and you didn't even have all your key points, right?
No, I had them the whole time.
Oh, okay.
I just uh
Try to
I
save them.
didn't dodge when I should have dodged, and then all it took was a little bit of breath to fight me the rest of the way out, because we lined up for the breath.
Yeah, I didn't think about that part.
Yeah, if I would have landed my ray, I bet you wouldn't even had enough sad
Yeah, it probably
stuff.
would have been a couple. It would have been a little more turn of just a spamming spell. You two spamming spells behind the other side of the cage, kind of thing.
Well, probably Agony would have not done that because Agony.
It's like, what does more damage, greatsword or glaive?
It's 2d6 and then 1d10. So,
Oh, 1d10 for the glaive?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's like 2d6 is technically more potential to go higher than 10. But I also know statistically, I mean, it's a bit more middling, but at least it's less polarizing and probably a higher chance to get above a 5 than a 1d10 does. Um,
I have more chance to
because all
roll
you have to do
ones
is
or
be
twos
5
to
foot
reroll.
closer.
Yeah.
But I know you'd rather us explore, but I still think it's safer just to take the kids back
Escort
home.
them back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with escort quests.
even if it doesn't consider it a full actual milestone, it's like you can at least get this part done and not have to think about it later.
Honestly, I wouldn't think about an escort for them. If they were like the children of hunters, they could probably get their way back with a map or something. Um, as far as just covering terrain.
I know you're gonna fight me on this, but I'm gonna put my foot down. I could have said no to playing at all today.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
They want to
So-
escort the 2 people that we found in the cage back to town.
And bring the well with it.
You know what? That's fair. Get the potential liabilities out. That's understandable.
Well, for what we know, for all we know, there technically could be another cage with other people, but we don't know from our current experience.
Get the current liabilities you know about out.
Yeah.
All right. So you spend the better portion of this day getting these 2 back to town. So I will go ahead and remove them from the map. Delete. Which, by the way, gives everybody a milestone.
It qualified?
did.
Huh.
Rescuing them was the quest. Anything else you do over here is spoils, I guess.
I thought it was the
Skiff
taking care of.
Skiff wouldn't be satisfied if they just if they really were just like, okay, we got them back. Now let's never go back there again.
You know, that's fair.
And like Skiff would just eat it. Skiff. And it's like, ah, I heard of that fucker. Got to his lair. I know where it is. Can't we just fucking finish him off, kind of thing?
Yeah.
But I guess we can discuss that with Frost next time.
Yes. But hey, milestone. Hooray.
Sad no. Roll good.
And Frost, if you watch this VOD to catch up on what you missed, go ahead and level up. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to get up early tomorrow to go in to prepare. I don't wanna. Oh well. Oh yeah. While you guys are leveling up, did you have you guys seen the Monsters of the Multiverse book that came out?
Why, yes, I have it right here.
Me too. Mine came in today. I was debating whether I wanted to get it or wait for it to come out solo, and I was like, screw it, I got it. And so I got it.
I was the same way. I decided, might as well just. I noticed it at the game shop.
Yep. Did you look through the races and stuff?
I know that they changed stuff, but I don't know what exactly.
So the first thing that they did is they took the ability score improvements away from all of the races and made it a global all races get either +2 to a single score and +1 to a second score, or +1 to 3 different scores. So all races now have that. And then the other changes come down to individual races. As an example, kobolds no longer have sunlight sensitivity,
I don't think they have pack
and they no
tactics
longer
either.
have. Uh, they don't have pack tactics. They also don't have grovel, cower, beg,
Why they
which
took that one
basically
away?
said because they added draconic ancestry to them, which gives them one of several different kinds of abilities. Hmm.
Well, at least my character now has 2 kinds of different arcane shots.
And I can heal now.
Hooray!
You can bitch slap someone to have more health.
Yep.
Sweet.
Nice-oo.
Yep. Agony's gonna love it.
And Agony made a really, really powerful promise to a god. Oh yeah, you get
That is
special.
not
You get
what is going.
yeah, you get specific spells. Thanks to the oath that don't count against your number of spells, right?
My health isn't right, and I was trying to fix it. Say that again.
Yeah, you're for your oath. I think you're supposed to get at least a couple of spells right now. Even just starting off, that don't count against your spell limit.
Yeah, it was Bane and Hunter's Mark. Oh, that's another bonus action.
I guess that could be helpful if you don't want to use compel duel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at that, I
Like,
got another
oh,
spell
Hunter's Mark,
slot.
I am so gonna hit you.
Pew pew.
Yeah, I
Oh, I
got
know why.
bursting. Go ahead. What
Oh, I
happened?
was just talking to myself.
Okay, I got bursting shot, so it can actually have an AOE. Um,
Nice.
well, I just really need to go first though, because it does not discriminate it does not discriminate against being friendly fire.
Yeah.
And then I have enfeebling arrow to make an opponent's attacks. If they don't make a saving throw, that they will do half damage until my next turn. It doesn't matter how good the weapon. It doesn't matter how many attacks they have with said weapons. Just the fact that they just have half damage with attacks and weapons.
Neat.
I thought so. So I have an AOE and a good single shot one.
I wasn't sure if that it actually added the spells because it didn't say, hey, you got these spells.
No, the oath is something you got to put in yourself. The oath ones do. I mean,
Well,
they're
it
special.
actually popped up. It didn't say that I got them, but I have them in spells.
It mentioned that they were a thing, but unless you have like a specific spell list, they say it like naturally for casters that you have to pick it out of the spell list to get. Since you didn't have to pick them, they don't auto add them for you. The character mancer for Roll20 is a little weird like that.
Yep.
And because I got arcane shots right now. I only got 2 charges of them, but didn't auto add it as an extra resource for me. I had to do that. And I'm really glad I found any arrows at all because I was almost out of. If I didn't last time I was in town get like double amount of arrows, then I would have been almost completely out of arrows for that fight.
So the question is, did you get more arrows back to town?
I forget how much they cost.
Um,
I take it we got another rest in too, right?
yeah.
That means we burn like number 3 of our 10 free sleeps.
Well, I was thinking
Yeah.
more of that.
Oh, that. Look at the bright side. You worked it, so you didn't hurt as much as last time.
Yeah, I got more health. Only 6? Oh, yeah, that 6. Oh yeah,
And then Frost will get some meta magic, right?
would be that.
Um, probably. What was the item you were asking about? Or was it a spell?
Arrows. Like, how much does a
Arrows.
generalized, like, does an individual arrow have cost? So I can just do the math for how many I want to have total after the fact, or I can only buy them in bundles.
Arrows are 5 coppers apiece.
Okay, I had enough copper to drop on that, so I'm now up to a nice round 40 arrows.
Nice.
I remember having to worry about arrows, even though I got like 100, so then I didn't have to really worry.
Right? But you also, but Finfar actually got to end up getting a special bow, so it's like, oh yeah, even if you don't have everything magical, this is magical. So it's like, fuck it, all your arrows are magic, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And well, I mean, I
So
don't get
happy that I
that
got
until like
that.
I don't get that until level 7.
Yep.
Like just for the fact of being a druid, that was perfect.
Well, I mean, you didn't do druid stuff much after you got that bow.
No,
You
that
just
bow
became a bow.
changed much. Well, I mean, it was more after I got the belt of giant strength that I started using
Oh
it
yeah,
more and more.
where you combine the strength and dex modifiers, and you're like, and you got auto in like 19 strength or something, and you're like, yeah, I'm never not using the bow.
Yeah.
Until it's like wild shape. What's that? What?
Wild shape. Is
Is
that
there
one of them new Pokemans?
is there actually any circle of the druid where you don't have to care about wild shape ever?
Uh,
Like, what if you wanted to play a druid but you don't want it to ever do that?
a lot of the other ones do that. They're more based on spells.
Yeah.
Because I thought you could be like a druid archer. I think for with the stars, like
Yeah.
you can pick a constellation for it.
And then I think spores you can do something else with it as well.
I don't need zombie friends.
I love spores, but it's such a terrible one. It's not really good.
It's one of those fun idea, horrible execution. And I'm guessing because it was given a milestone, people were happy to have the kids back,
Yes.
and
Very much
and
so.
they were witnesses to the fact that we killed one wolf of the wolves that were terrorizing the town, and the other one just fled for its life, as
Yeah.
far as they knew.
Yeah.
And they came home with like a crap ton of like mammoth steak and jerky and shit.
Which did
Because
we
I'm sure.
actually take back is the
Well,
question.
I would assume that we would let them have all the hide or the mammoth meat and stuff, considering they have like all the carry capacity in the world, considering they have like, nothing else to do. That's why I feel bad. It's like, oh, a ranger druid really would have been good for this because, or anyone where you have to like wait around for like, oh, you spend your whole day getting this other location. It was like, fine, good berry, let's do this. Fuck wait, screw it. Like having rations weigh me down. Like get rid of all that weight, and I can just cast Goodberry once a day, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that saves weight for rations for like the whole team, and I think, oh, that's useful.
do we want to go on the other side entrance that's up here?
Or you could go through the main entrance again and try that.
What do you think, Zan?
I want to try the top side.
All
Probably
right, sounds good.
Probably before description.
Yeah, is it
If it
another
has
room?
icicles.
Yeah, do I have to make another stealth check? Hopefully someone won't get
No,
Okay, hopefully someone won't get another 1.
What do you
the sour stench of decay fills your nostrils. Lying on the ice-packed ground is the frozen corpse of a whale, crudely butchered. Beside it, a blade in the shape of a paring knife, the size of a longsword.
that be? Buy it.
It said next to it, so I can only imagine like here.
Are you saying you want a longsword?
But I mean, is it more damage than a normal question? If it is,
Like, is it special, or is it just like it looks like a different weapon when it was really just the same stats mechanically?
This was the filter feeder kind of whale, right? Where its teeth are those,
Like bristle-looking
n-
things?
yeah, bristle-looking things, not real sharp teeth or anything, like a
No,
killer whale.
they're sharp.
Oh, okay, like a killer whale.
Yep.
Are they souvenir size, or are they too big for souvenirs?
I mean, if you want, you could take them, but they're not in very good repair.
I mean, would Skiff know what kind of whale this is since he's from this area of the continent?
Yeah, it's basically a killer whale. By the way, that thing is I'm sorry, paring knife. Like you would see in a kitchen, so it's half handle, half blade. The size of a longsword. For you guys, just so you have an idea of what we're talking about. And there you go. Kniefs.
Because whales do have. Is this whale like kind of already been like guts gone or something? So you said the paring knife was,
Yeah,
or like.
it's already partially dismantled.
I would
In
hope
Next
fact,
with
the
thought
only
about.
reason the only reason that it's still in this state is because it's so cold here. It's kept it on ice, literally and figuratively.
Oh, so they don't. There's like no real rush to finish the job.
Yep. Well, there was no rush to finish the job.
still
Fig-
is.
you'll figure it out when you finish.
So the blade was not.
I mean, it's a big ass paring knife.
He had a great
Other than
sword.
that,
I have a great sword. So
you do have a great sword. It's a pretty great sword.
pretty great.
Other than that, there's really not much in here.
I don't know. I do want a pocket full of whale teeth, though.
I don't think your pocket's big
Oh,
enough.
I
okay,
wasn't sure. I
cool.
was trying to ask if they're
So
souvenir size.
they're not even gonna put it on the map, but sure, all right. Um, in the alcove adjacent to the whale, that one, there is a 5 foot tall stone chest half buried in the ice.
Oh, I
Ooh.
would probably.
Can I check to see if it's trapped?
Yeah, I'd probably
Not at the moment.
first.
It's too far buried into the ice.
Maybe someone with better strength tried digging it out. I don't know. Skiff is not strength oriented.
Well, apparently I'm not today. I couldn't get a
Is it a
grip.
check or is it like a group check to try to get it out or something like that, like before?
You just gotta say you're spending the time to get it out.
Oh,
Skiff would have his bow at the ready, just like being a lookout for the group.
That's fair. So you spend an hour chipping away at the ice enough to where you can actually open the chest.
Does anything come by that during that time?
Nope.
How many whale teeth do I gather in that time?
How much are you getting? Don't they have weight?
I was
They
maybe I don't
do
know how
have
big they're.
weight.
How many I get? How big are they? And
Are you gonna try to sell? Are you just gonna trying to just sell a bunch of whale teeth in town?
I mean,
well, I
So
kind of wonder too if I can fashion shuriken out of them. Wouldn't that be cool?
that
Whale
would be
teeth
cool.
shuriken.
out of
How
all of the
brittle are
teeth,
those?
you were able to get 9,
9 whale
and
teeth, and that
each
how?
one weighs 5 pounds. Well,
I
they're
mean, how
big
big
ass
are they?
teeth.
Like the size of one of our heads?
They're the longest one is 2 feet.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can't take all 9. That's too much weight.
I
So now
am.
that the chest is out, did you want to check for traps?
Yeah, check for traps, and if there are no traps, try to see if it's locked, and if it's locked, lockpick it. Is there any specific rolling to do for checking for traps, or is it just like a perception thing, or investigation, or
Investigation.
now he's not as good as Shill, but he'll give it a shot.
You detect no traps.
Check to see if it's locked or not.
It is not.
Open.
Yeah, the only locking mechanism was the fact that it was frozen. Inside, you see uh, basically the rest of the set of knives that the knife you found next to the whale belongs to. And also what appears to be a scrimshaw goat. Yep.
Out of character, I have no idea what the hell a scrimshaw is.
Same here.
It's basically a decoratively carved bone handle. In this case, goat carving.
Wait, so a carving from a whalebone?
Not necessarily a whale bone, but it's basically a bone that was carved, in this case, into the shape of a goat. And it looks like it could be the handle of a human-sized knife.
Well, I collected a statue last time, but that was because he was naked. I'm not interested in goats.
Nothing with hair, huh?
Well, I mean, it's
Out
like,
of character,
I'm not
Skiff
into
wouldn't say
animals.
that. Skiff wouldn't care enough to ask.
I'm not into animals. Got to be at least bipeds.
That's funny. All right, so you have a matching knife set now. It's the size of a giant, and everything's basically short swords, long swords, and great swords in size. But you got them if you want them.
Skiff would have taken the goat thing.
Okay,
He would think it too suspicious that if it were like a puzzle piece to be plugged into something else or something else could be useful for it, is one of those. It looks like it goes to something. I'm not just gonna let it go to waste or forget about it, kind of thing.
that's fair.
How much weight does it have?
Negligible.
Okay.
So none of them are special knives per se.
Nope.
As far as mechanical stats go compared to regular weapons,
Yeah, no, they're basically a knife-looking version of the weapon. All right, you got a fork in the road.
I see table and I see a chair.
So basically, do you want to go to the dining room or the living room?
I mean, we see.
Not just living room, the throne room. Can't you see the glorious frozen throne?
No, I got
No, not
limited
really.
distance, man.
I can.
Like when I was in
To
the
me, it
corner,
looks
it
like
was.
it might look like a couch, an ice couch.
It's a very ice couch.
And Frost wasn't even here to make that pun herself.
Yep. I mean, if she's not here to make it, someone has to.
You know when she started this campaign, she like researched a bunch of them, and she has like a bunch of like ice puns and wordplay things just like planned out, just waiting for it to be an opportune time.
Yeah, she sounds like she would have had a whale of a time. I guess maybe because of the whale, we should check the dining.
Yeah, I'm thinking the outsides first. We'll head inside later.
Oh, that's a thing.
So, yeah, what's the table?
What is the token that we see?
It is small, so it's not the giant.
Nope. And there's more than one of them, too.
What are
A
they?
massive table hewn from a single block of ice stands in the middle of this cold chamber. Surrounded by chairs also made of ice, many of the chairs are chipped and cracked. You can see, let's see, lying on the floor underneath the table is a 1 foot tall stone statuette of a spindly creature that you guys recognize. You've seen it once before.
Spindly.
Yep, it's another Chewinga.
Chewinga. Okay.
Out of character, I forgot what the hell that was.
It's
Wasn't the thing about the fox?
yeah, the
you know-
fox, like a spirit, basically.
To
Oh,
answer
okay.
your question as to what is sitting at the table, 3 Icewind kobolds.
Based on the picture, would they be acting like one being, or are they not?
No, that's a running gag. When kobolds go into town, they dress up as 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
There's no trench coat around, is there?
No, there is not.
They're just all on the one
Um,
chair.
No, I can see that. I can see two things. There's two, one in each of the two
Skipper
chairs. I
only
can
see
see.
one.
Yes. I've seen that
Oh,
picture a
so-
lot.
It's a good picture.
Like it became a stereotype for a reason, huh?
hmm In fact, if you watch Mr. Rex's video on kobold culture, he uses that picture too.
But they're not currently actively doing that.
They're
They
not in
would
town.
if
They're
they
just chilling in their home.
if it is their home, but sitting at the likely.
Do they take notice of us then?
Oh yeah. When you find them, the reason that they are in the position they are is because they're currently hiding behind the chairs. They're not very good at it, but they're hiding.
Oh, they're not in the chairs. Because I guess that's why they're above and to the left of the chairs.
Indeed. Yeah. Let's see. So, when you enter the room, you hear 3 voices, although at the moment, because of how dark it is, you can only see 1, maybe 2 of them. You hear the 3 of them basically go, "No kill, no kill, want to escape, help."
Oh, so they actually speak common?
They do speak common.
Can I do an insight check to see if they're just wanting to run for their lives, or if it's one of those things where if we help them and we run into something stronger than us, they're just going to stop caring about us and just side with them and trying to kill us? Kind of like, is it survival or does it actually want to flee kind of thing?
Sure, you can do insight.
Probably think upon the same. Oh, they seem right. Truthful.
No, they legitimately want to get the hell out of here.
Skiff quickly tries to motion whatever, however he can, that sentiment to Agony.
Well, I mean, I figured the same thing. Like, they're being truthful. Just want to go. So I guess Agony probably would say, go out the side doors. Then.
Massive mammoth and big wolves, we no leave.
They're taken care of.
They look at each other and then back to you. Will you walk us out?
Sure.
Sure.
So, moving a little further into the room, you see that there are, in fact, 3 of them. They introduce themselves: Holgi, Snorp, and Zilbo. Which I will, in fact, do this. Oop. And then just so you have them in the notes. And there you go. The Kobold Brothers. So you escort them out the same way you came in this time.
By the
and
whale.
Yeah, and they scamper. They scamper, they vacate, they vamoose. Gone. And then coming back over here.
Probably get out there. Further in.
This oval chamber with high walls of glittering ice resembles a sepulchre. The frozen, hacked up corpse of a frost giant lies on the floor, entombed in translucent ice. Let's see. Not far from there, carved from a single block of ice, is a giant-sized throne atop a circular dais. Chiseled into the throne's backrest is a large rune.
See that.
So the thing in the middle is just a big frozen frost giant.
Yes,
I don't know why, but I don't think the wolves. I think they.
in fact, Skiff would recognize its appearance through the ice based on the legend. It's Garagai.
He didn't say anything, but he feels cheated.
Well, it's weird that the wolves would mention Garagai if he's just been chilling in ice this whole time.
Well, it's the fact that no, it's the fact that he was their master, but then he had some command or opinion that pissed one of them off. The other one went back. They have a frost breath, and if they're able to take him out, that's what the frost breath probably does if you hit 0 hit points while getting hit with it.
Would we have to make a roll to see if we think of that, or would we
Yeah,
just?
Skiff,
That's what we think.
Skiff wouldn't share that right off the bat. That it was just he would just be he would just seem like annoyed that that he didn't get to encounter him and make a name more so for himself.
Yeah, because I want you to see how old this ice is, like how long he's been frozen. What
What
would
kind
I
of check
roll?
would that be? Yeah.
Survival.
Look at you having wisdom.
Apparently not as good as Zan.
I mean, better than a 5 and 7 from
Well,
earlier.
and that's just and
No,
that's
that's
just to
fair.
figure out something that Skiff just didn't care to tell anyone.
Yeah. So Agony, this is ice. Ice is ice. Zan, on the other hand, this is old ice. It's been here. It's been packed down for a long time. Also, one thing that you'll notice is that there are mammoth footprints. Um, it looks like they were stomping out of this room towards the main entrance.
So it's possible both wolves and the mammoth just like ganged up on the giant.
Maybe, but you don't see any wolf prints in here. The only reason you see mammoth footprints is because it cracked the ice.
And
Because the
mammoth,
ice you're standing on is packed tight, except where the mammoth went stomping off. Like the ground you're standing on ice-wise is basically the equivalent of concrete.
Is it slippery if we decide to bash on it, or
No,
do I need some
it's
kind of
the
check to know if I know what the rune means?
what languages do you speak?
Probably not giant. Let
that's
me
what I was
see.
figuring is
No, not giant. If it's giant, I don't know it.
Are you trained in Arcana?
Actually, yeah, as of this level.
Oh yeah.
Then you
forgot
could
it
do an
gave.
Arcana check.
It's magic-y.
It is magic-y. You right. This is a magic-y magic.
But since it was one of
Favorite.
those moments where it's like, let me think about it. Nah, nothing's coming to me. So you didn't bother wasting anyone's time to say like, hey, look, it's a magic-y thing. Nah, didn't bother anyone else with that shit. He figured it was a waste of their time, so he didn't bring it up. He would Skiff would progress down the hall with his bow at the ready because he doesn't want to get. He's still bugged by just how they got like pinned
Ambush.
by the wolves still.
That's fair. Did no one else want to try and figure out the rune? Or
I don't think anyone else has Arcana. Not even Froth has Arcana.
I mean,
that's fair.
I feel like Agony just walked past it, didn't even take note of it.
And Skiff didn't share anything because he couldn't figure anything out himself.
So maybe
That's
on the
fair.
way back, be like, oh,
I think Froth might know Giant, but she's not here this week. So unless you want to claim she definitely knows Giant and like check her character sheet, because I know for a fact she would excitedly say, "I know Giant. Yeah, it says this," and share knowledge.
I don't think she does. I think I was the only one that had giant.
I know she had something really relevant like Dwarvish or something to
think
Icy
so,
So I have
area.
Dwarvish.
I know somebody did.
Let's see. Nope. All right.
Okay.
Where were we? Oh
Um,
yeah,
bed.
over yonder. The only furniture in this cavernous chamber is a big fur bedroll. The fur is matted and musty.
Is there anything by the bedroll? Or is it just
No, it's just the bedroll.
No personal effects.
Does the
Nope.
smell get worse as we go into the other room to the right?
No.
I see a hole. Is that a fishing hole
That's
kind of
why I
thing, or?
ask. That's not what I assume.
Oh yeah, could be that
Oh,
too.
bathroom hole.
No, it is not a bathroom hole.
Well, you know what? It's not. That's not too far fetched to presume.
I mean, right
No,
next to
you're
the bed.
right.
Yeah.
There is a very, very big clue as to how it's not a bathroom hole, though.
The barrels.
Not just the barrels, I'm talking about using only the hole itself. It looks like a tunnel burrowed by something. Something very hot. looking down into it, it almost undulates back and forth. It doesn't actually move, but you can see that whatever made it does or did in this case.
What are in?
You're not sure where it comes out. Whale oil.
God, this is not Bioshock Infinite. What will we do with it all?
Throw it down the hole.
I don't know.
See if anything
Drink it.
happens.
Well, I mean, we can
oil-
always.
Well,
oil's very
It's a
flammable.
commodity too.
It's not just a hole. Like you can see it curves into a tunnel. Like it's something that you guys could actively enter and exit.
Is it kind of like would we slide? Is it like a luge?
Or is it rigid enough on the walls to let us not have to do that? Like, is it angled well enough so it's not just a slide? Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading something. What's up?
How ridged are the walls, or what kind of angle are we looking at if we were to try to go down it? Is it just like a huge slide into whatever we end up going to,
No,
or
like you can see handholds and footholds, although they weren't originally meant to be that. They were where whatever made these had put its foot, and it just burned that into the side. Although you don't know what did it, but something did do it. Frankly, it's one of my favorite creatures, which I could tell you guys about after the stream. But
I couldn't just make a survival check to see if I know what the hell it is, can I?
mean, you are from
actually,
this
I think
area.
you would be the only one of the group who had lived here long enough to know what it would be.
But
Yeah,
So
he'd be here a few decades before he actually left.
history, survival, or
Oh, definitely survival.
no, just history or survival. Okay.
Is that high enough?
That is high enough. This is a Remoraz tunnel.
Even if Skiff knows what that is, I don't.
Let's see. Remoraz. Ugh, let me get a picture.
it is exactly what I
Because a
thought it
picture's
was.
worth 1,000 words. Or in this case, oh Jesus fuck.
Yeah, it
Uh,
as a character, that is what I thought it was. As a character player, I know
as a player, yeah.
character.
I think Skiff would try like take a couple seconds to think about it after just examining the hole after realizing, oh hey, all the barrels are oil. Okay, and then he'd probably use like the Frost communication journal they use and just like give him like a quick rundown of like the fact that it is such a being and what the hell they are.
So there you go.
Do we hear any sounds coming out of the tunnel?
No. Whatever made this did so a very, very long time ago.
Oh, thus Zan realizing it's really old ice, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, these rimmer ass things are not like best friend happy times material.
Nope.
Not unless you raise them from young. Even then, they can be temperamental.
It's one of those things where you have to be like a fire resistant race or fire immune race and be like, hey, now watch it if you're ever going to be stern with them about that kind of crap. So they like breathe fire on you.
Yeah, for the most part. Either that or something that can regenerate really well.
Would together we'd be able to get some of these containers of whale oil back to town?
Easily. You could also explore this tunnel while you're here if you wanted to.
Okay,
What I
because
was
I
gonna
wasn't sure how much all the oil weighed.
Um, it weighs, each barrel is about 200 pounds.
Fuck, that again.
Yup, they're really freaking heavy. They were put together by a giant.
Not just your everyday barrel. Got it.
Yeah, like these are giant barrels of whale oil.
Skiff would just motion toward for the others, basically like a little hand wave of basically saying, "You first,"
But
because
what
he's
Towards
if
the
it's
not
tunnel
capable
down there
floor.
for us? That's not our mission. Was to go into some weird hole. And
So
I'm against the hole.
Xandis is against going into holes.
Unless it's mine, I don't want. I don't usually go into other holes.
Oh my.
Then I guess we can bring these back to the.
Unless you really wanted to go in the hole, Agony. Did you want to really check out the hole?
It's like maybe it has something cool, but in the end, probably not.
Worst case scenario, you go down there, find nothing, and come back.
If that really is the guaranteed worst case scenario, that's not a bad worst case scenario.
To me, the worst case scenario is
Finding the thing.
something comes out. Yeah, finding the thing that made the hole.
Yeah, it's like that's why I said if just finding nothing was a guaranteed worst case scenario.
Well, the survival check revealed that whatever made this hole made it a very, very long time ago, so.
Most likely.
Oh yeah, Skiff would have mentioned that factor that it's not like a recent development for the ice formation.
Well, if you want to head down first for once, there, Ranger.
He's not a ranger. That's why he gave the hand motion in the first place because he's not gonna with a bow rather than his rapier and shield equipped, like brandished and everything. He prioritizes his bow, so he obviously knows he doesn't plan to being on the front line.
I guess I'll go in.
All right. Um,
Yeah, Skiff has no problem following Agony.
And then I'll go into.
fair enough.
Is there another map for this?
No, it's all part of this.
Oh, you just gotta drag
Um,
us over.
Yup. So you guys go into the tunnel, it winds, and then. Boop. However, moving through there, um, Skiff, give, uh, give survival.
Not good enough.
That is plenty enough. So while you guys were moving through, you noticed on the walls was a substance that looked like just almost shaved ice in texture, but having touched it, um, kind of like, examining it a little more closely, you notice that it wasn't ice. It was a secretion that you remember Remoraz give off called Thrym. That is to say, that. And what it is the fantasy equivalent of Icy Hot. Which is cool,
Hot.
Would I be able to get?
but
Would I be able to be able to collect some to give to
yeah,
people in town?
easily. In fact,
Okay.
if you do collect it, you get almost a quart of it, which is great because it's used in potion making, specifically to make potions of cold resistance. There's just one concerning fact. Remoras don't give off that secretion unless it's breeding season. So, whatever made this tunnel, the Remoras, was in heat when it did it.
Kinky.
So that means that it is more than likely creating a brood.
After collecting the Thrim, Skiff would be torn because it's one of those. He got cheated out of killing the giant that he wanted to kill, and so this could be his chance for more glory. At the same time, it was one of those. This is your promised task. We cheated you out of the task. Here's, I guess, something else you can do, even though no one asked you to do it. But it's something that you know should get done technically. And so he's like reluctantly giving the information to other people, but he is making sure they're informed.
Yeah, it's fair.
Does the Thrim have a smell that now that Shill's cover or Skiff's covered in it, that now he's going to be
Not
extra sexy?
covered. It basically like he scraped it off the walls and stuff to collect in a container.
Yep.
I don't know how well you did that.
Which
You might have it all over your hands.
you managed to get 2 bottles worth, which is about a quart.
So he
But
didn't go slather or go swimming in it or some crap.
yeah, it's
Well,
basically
it was on the
he pulled
walls
out
though,
an
as we.
yeah, he basically pulled out a knife and scraped it into a jar.
But he would know enough to not go getting drowned in that shit.
Yeah.
But and the containers are tight enough that it's not going to smell out of the containers he put it in.
Well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have a scent, does it?
No, at
Oh,
least
okay. Well,
none that you guys
usually
know of.
most heat liquids would have some sort of
Maybe not to our
musk.
race.
I know, but the main thing is if it was still in the cave, I don't want you smelling musky.
But no, the Thrym doesn't have a scent to non-insectoid races.
That and I think it's a high enough survival check to figure that he knows enough to know how to correctly collect it safely.
Yep.
That's about the only thing he's good at: shooting things with a bow and survival checks. But even the bow thing was 50-50 for how many not ones I rolled earlier.
Yep. All right.
So what would Agony or Xandius really want to do with this information? Where it was like, there's probably there's probably a brood growing or started or about to start of very dangerous things.
Probably something along the lines. Try to find it, but not immediately because I don't think we have any way of finding.
And because of snowfall over a matter of time, there's no way to check if there's any like tracks going from one way or another from this hole, huh?
No.
Oh well, it seems like one of the things where it's like we'll just keep that in mind and take back the Thrim.
We take back some of the oil as
Yeah, I would assume that we would carry all the whale oil possible.
Oh, so we're not going to explore this hole anymore?
I mean,
Well, that's
You
we
did.
just did.
yeah, that
We
was
came through
the
it.
entire hole.
Yeah, the first end was in the in the whale oil room, and the second one was just outside of it.
Oh, okay. So we're outside again?
You were outside again.
Oh, okay.
I didn't just plop you on the outside of the wall. It's literally a tunnel that leads right there. So if you guys wanted to, um, you could you might be able to let's see, is there even anything? There's really nothing here to help you carry barrels, so um working together, you might be able to get 2 barrels back to town in a relatively decent amount of time.
So you do that
Okay.
whole thing where you stand on a barrel and you kind of walk it?
Yeah, I don't think I believe the terrain would be too rough to do that reliably.
Maybe to
Yeah.
get it to the door, but
we would have to like walk over rocks and like other differing elevations and stuff. It would probably break if we were just depending on the whole rolling barrel thing.
Yep.
But I mean, 2 humongo
Yeah.
barrels of whale oil should get us some money, right?
Yeah. Easily.
So yeah, if we
In fact, so does that Thrym.
Woo.
came back through the same way that chair was, probably would have noticed it.
Oh, the rune.
Yeah. It was
Do you speak
Arcana or
giant?
what? Well, I don't speak it, but like at least try to figure out if there's anything that I can discern from.
Alright, give me Arcana.
Probably not.
Is it magic-y?
Magic.
It is magic-y. In fact, you're more than confident in saying that it is magic. You're not 100% sure what it does, but hey, it could do something.
Magic.
It might do something if you sit on the throne, but you're not sure.
If that's like an idea that would go through my head, right?
Well, I mean, it's a magic rune on a ice throne.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I would try to sit in it, see if anything does happen.
So actually, yes. When you sit on it, a bunch of information floods into your head. I need an intelligence saving throw.
Oh. Oh. Same
Is it
as
was it one
the
of those?
Arcana.
I was gonna say, like,
Oh.
is it one of those saving throws where it's like if you roll like if you don't save it or something like that, if you don't make the save, did you actually take like psychic damage or something?
Yes,
Damage?
actually.
Damage?
Did he
S-
make it?
He did not. So you will take 6 psychic damage.
Damn
Like, ah, it hurt so good.
As the information is flooded into your mind. Sitting on this throne, first of all, as long as you are sitting on the throne, you speak giant.
I can't
No other
read.
language.
So I couldn't understand them if they decided to ask me something.
Yep,
That's funny.
but that's not all. While you are sitting on the throne, you can will blizzards into or out of existence. The
Uh,
blizzards are always centered on this house. They never enter the house or penetrate it, and it goes for a mile outside of the house.
Good to know.
Technically speaking, it's centered on the throne, but nobody's strong or stupid enough to move the throne.
Actually, that's kind of what Skiff thought when Agony went on the throne and basically just it showed symptoms of humongo migraine out of nowhere, and that's just Skiff like fucking moron.
Well, that was fun.
I thought so.
Skiff looks at Agony like it was just a waste of time, but because Agony hasn't really shared any of the info yet.
Yep.
Well, I mean, technically, I wouldn't know about the giant, right? Or would I? The information was all of that too.
Well, no, you understand it all.
Oh, okay.
You
I was
you
just like
know
making
this
sure.
information. The whole giant thing is literally just language.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you're sitting on the throne, you can only speak giant. But everything else, you can only literally speak giant. You lose the ability to speak any other languages. You still know them, you can still understand them, you
Oh,
can
okay.
still read or write them, but you may only speak giant as long as you're sitting on that throne.
I guess since it really doesn't matter about that or lizards, unless I probably would. doesn't really with anything.
Yeah.
I mean, out of character. I mean, you could probably would it be able to sense if there was a blizzard within range and stop that?
Sir.
No.
I was like, well, you never know. You weren't sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
With that though, it is starting to get late, and I have to get up in the morning. So.
Fair enough. And we have like nothing else to do here
Yeah.
except bring Oil and Thrim back to town for monies.
Yep.
How much money do we
So-
actually make so we know how to so we can divide it?
So you managed to get 2 jars of Threm and 2 barrels of whale oil.
And I'm guessing they're
Can
happy to get supplies.
Oh yes, very very happy. So the the Threm, go ahead and give me Persuasion.
That's not one of his strong suits, but okay.
It's really hard to be persuasive when you can't talk.
Right?
You managed to get 175 gold for each jar of Threm.
What?
Fuck.
I was gonna ask, would you have sold them directly or given it to somebody who could speak? Try to.
He wouldn't have cared enough to try. It was one of
Okay.
those things. If he could get it done, he would just rather get it done rather than trying to seemingly potentially just waste time with someone else trying.
So that's 175 twice.
350.
Yep. And then as for the whale oil, um, you're not the only one who's bringing a barrel back, so I guess everybody give me persuasion, and we'll see where it goes from there. You're doing good, kid. You're doing better.
Well, I'm sure he knows a bit more about whale stuff, being more on being more in the tin towns rather than dealing with animals all the time.
And Zan had to show you up by 1.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Xanius has literally just naturally more charisma, just straight up than a guy who can't talk.
Yeah, probably. So Zan, you managed to sell the very large barrels of whale oil for 250 gold apiece. So that's 500 gold. Net gain 850 gold.
Are we splitting all of it, or is Skip gonna stuff that he sold?
He would probably take the remainder. Like after you divide the number into 4, then whatever the remainder is, he'd probably keep the remainder. But he's cool with sharing it. And from the 500, I think yeah, everyone gets 125 gold out of that evenly, right?
Yeah, if you were to do all 850, that would be 412 and 5 silver.
Wait, what?
Because 850 divided by 4?
You said 412, and it's like that sounds like half, not 4.
Oh yeah.
212.
Or
Thank you.
200. Okay,
212 and 5 silver.
okay.
It is late. I am tired. I was up very late yesterday after I got done with my friends in our in-person D&D session. When I was about to go to bed, I found out that my YouTube channel decided to um not to post my Monster Hunter World Iceborne video, and just uh said, nah, doesn't exist. It broke, which was cool. So I was up very late. Um, I was up very. I think I was up till 4 in the morning re-uploading it. So that's what I was doing.
Is there anybody interested in buying the whale teeth I scavenged, or should I try fashioning them into something?
You could try crafting them into something if you want.
That's what I was thinking. Could I make shurikens, or does a weapon like that exist in 5e?
In the Eastern realm,
I wasn't sure because I'm a monk.
yeah. Um, they would be the equivalent of hand axes for the purposes of stats.
Oh, as far as throwing them goes, because I know you can't just like try to hold on to a shuriken if it unless it's like really big.
Yeah, for the purposes of throwing.
That there. If we split it, you'd get 2 extra.
All right. So to those who are watching the video live, thank you for stopping by. If you're watching the VOD, I appreciate you guys. Please leave a like on the video, etc., etc. I'm sure you know how all this jazz works by now. In the meantime, I will see you. I'm going to try and do either Guild Wars or Wizard 101 tomorrow, but we'll see. So I hope to see you then. Bye-bye.
Great.
And
See you guys.